e4, c5, knight f3, d6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight f6, knight c3, knight c6, bishop g5, e6, queen d2, a6, castle queenside, bishop d7, f4, b5, bishop takes f6, g takes f6, f5, h5, king b1, queen b6, f takes e6, f takes e6, knight takes c6, bishop takes c6, knight e2, king f7, knight f4, queen c5, bishop e2, rook c8, rook hf1, bishop h6, queen takes d6, queen takes d6, rook takes d6, bishop takes f4, rook takes f4, king e7, rook d2, rook cg8, bishop d3, h4, king c1, e5, rook f2, rook g4, rook d e2, rook d8, rook e3, rook d g8, rook e2, rook d8, rook e3, rook d g8, rook e2, a5, king d2, rook e8, king e3, b4, rook f5, bishop e8, rook f1, bishop f7, rook ef2, rook e6, rook a1, bishop g6, a3, b3, c3, rook d6, rook e1, bishop h7, rook e2, bishop g6, rook d2, rook c6, rook d1, rook c8, rook fd2, rook g8, rook f1, rook d8, rook ff2, rook c8,